It worked. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, gosh. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, where's Marty? Oh, hello, 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 Sagittarius. Hi, Karina. How are things? How are things with you, Karina? Hi, Nick. It finally worked. Do you want to know the truth? Hi, Robbie. I've never been to England. I'd love to go. I've never been out of the country, actually. I don't even have a passport. I would love to, though. Well, I am getting rich this year, so who knows? The world could be my oyster. So how's everyone feeling? I'm sorry. A lot of times I don't come live because I don't know what it is about my Wi-Fi. Well, I have Xfinity, but it just doesn't work. So, you know, the energy in the last few weeks has been a little tough with Pluto. But I think that really March and April are going to be good months. But happy Pisces season. Happy Pisces season. I'm already tired. I think, you know what show I really like, Robbie? The Graham Norton Show. I do. I love his show. Oh, okay. Well, there you have it. There you have it. I'm just going to wait a few minutes and then I'll do something about what Sagittarius needs to focus on, and then I'll maybe, you know, do it individually. See what you individually need. I need for this dog not to wake me up at the crack of dawn every morning. I have to like plan my schedule around the dog. And y'all, I swear, I am planning to add a podcast to this channel for me to share some of my knowledge with you. But I don't know what it is. It's like I feel like it isn't the right time yet. And I live according to my intuition. Sometimes, and one thing I definitely have learned in 2023, and that's the times in which I have not listened to my intuition. I have paid a price. So, okay, we're going to get to it. We're going to see what you need to focus on. Because I did a morning reading, and, you know, I know people are like, I don't know that they're tired of seeing the past, but, you know, the past comes up in readings for a reason. And even if it's like, Clara, what? Free reading naked. All right, right, so let's move on. I'm not naked. I'm wearing clothes. So keep that in mind when you're watching readings, by the way. But there's been a lot of moving forward and new things wanting to come in. But let's see what you need to focus on. Because the random readings have really been turning out to be a lot about self-care. Oh. Feels like you need to pay attention to your diet. And definitely maybe even move on to a diet. Oh, you got to go. Sorry, y'all. Got rid of that one. No, man. I'm not doing readings naked. So maybe you need to pay more attention to your body and your diet. And since past life was showing up, you could have had health problems in your past life. And that is why you're being called to pay more attention to what you're feeding yourself. I know I've been doing that. I am on a healthy gut diet. I'm back to keto because I gained some weight over the winter and it needs to go because I have an event that I'm going to in April and I need to look my best. Yeah. Because I'm wearing a corseted skirt. I'm going to a Renaissance fair in April. So what does Sagittarius need to focus on right now? What does Sagittarius need to focus on right now? What does Sagittarius need to focus on right now? Oh, wait, what? Shadow work? Sag. What does Sagittarius need to focus on? I was seeing this morning that you do need to speak your piece, Sag, and that's not usually something we have an issue with. We're very outspoken. But you're being called to shadow work. Which isn't surprising, it being Pisces season, because Pisces season is about unpacking your soul. And it's really going over everything that has happened in the past lunar year, because our lunar year starts in Aries season. So, oh my goodness. Sagittarius. I know some people are going to argue with me, but what you need to focus on is shadow work. Uncover every part of you that has been repressed and abandoned. This is about calling your power back, right? And I mean, these things, abandonment wounds, we don't create our own abandonment wounds, that's for sure, right? But how have you let your power be, or your voice be quieted? You know, this is, because with shadow work, we're confronting ourselves. Meditate, quiet the mind, and let your soul speak. And rediscovering yourself. What are your interests? Are you hiding yourself to please other people's versions of you? Wowza, Sag. Oh my gosh, Sag, look what was on the bottom. Get a reading. Get a reading, Sag. So I am seeing some solitary time. And still seeing this whole energy about your diet. And it somehow is connected to your past life. Because you may have actually had, you may have had health problems in your past life. Like it could have been nutrition that actually caused big problems to you. But let's look at the shadow work. So shadow work, let's get into it. Shadow is where we are responsible for ourselves. You know, it's where we take a look at how we're getting in our own way. You know, and it just seems like perhaps like you may still need to address any situation that has made you dull your shine. You know, and how do you, like, this can really show up in terms of of wanting to keep people in your life, so you kind of change who you are or change things about you that maybe other people have said are too loud or too much, or no, Sagittarius, we can't do that no more. Mm-mm. No, no, no. And so you may be entering into a time of rediscovery. I like it. You should do shadow work once a month. It's just, you know what? It really is a checking in time with yourself, you know, and have like any heartbreaks or things that have happened. Really, are you holding on to it? Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I really can. Don't get me started on Jesus. Okay. We're not going to even pay that any mind, Sagittarius. No mind at all, which is another reason I don't go live that often. Okay. Temperance. Nice. Wow. I do think that this will help because temperance is here. You may be just trying to balance out something. Something happened. It could be a loss. You know, it's with the Five of Swords. Which, you know, the Five of Swords is conflict, but it's conflict of the mind. It's feeling defeated. And this may have to do with change and being patient for things to happen. But there was a balance that needs to come in. And it really boils down to no matter what happened, no matter what anyone else has done, it's time for you to just make the decision to be happy. Period. So let's move on. So tell me about this shadow work. So shadow work for you can look like, how am I holding myself back? How am I blocking my own blessings? How am I dimming my light? Tell me about shadow work. Shadow work. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time for you to take care of yourself. What's this shadow work about? I'm really trying to see yourself as valuable. So, not just valuable, but to really, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is here. To really move in the way of what you value. And really, I feel like what makes you feel valuable. So maybe you need to write out what is valuable about you. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Yeah, taking action on new beginnings, on also being in your fullest light, loud and proud. Loud and proud with the Ace of Wands, and moving towards, feeling more energy towards life, feeling more passionate, going towards new things that really inspire you. And it's time for you to really realize just how valuable you are. That's the Queen of Pentacles, right? And the Queen of Pentacles is also, grounded. So it's time for you to move in value. Hi, Ray. How are you? Thank you. By the way, what is Sag meditating on? I need to meditate more too, y'all. You don't even know. I usually do it during walking. I've been getting back to my 2 walks a day. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. It's time for you to initiate a new practice. Well, I'm glad they help, otherwise what? This is my purpose in life. Why the 4 of Pentacles? I always see for Sagittarius how it's time for us to do less. Yeah. My gosh, I just said that in here. Well, 8 of Wands is so Sag, 4 of Pentacles with the 8 of Wands. With meditate. So it is time for you to think about what you're going to move towards, definitely. Maybe a little planning, right? And maybe you think you can't because of money, but it's really about deciding to. And it's not, like I said in an earlier reading, it's not time to speed up. It's time to slow down. It's time to take a minute. Okay. And since we're seeing so many Pentacles and Wands, like, it is seriously time for you to think about what is important to you. What is value to you? What makes you feel valuable? And what value do you want to put back out in the world? I mean, so it is time for you to take a minute, because there is something coming. I mean, maybe you don't see it, but there's definitely something coming. And, people are really listening to what you have to say, even though you think they're not. With the 9 of Wands, you feel that's like a healing energy, right? But people actually are, and there actually are people coming in. And the 8 of Wands is also communication. So there is this need for you to, maybe you don't say, like, it's time to make your voice be heard. And like, maybe you don't, maybe you might want to say, well, screw all y'all. But that's not, it's telling you to be mindful of your words, to be frugal with your words, right? Because there's a door opening, and there's a door opening in which people are really going to, and the right people are going to gravitate towards you. So it's kind of like what you say is important. Okay. So maybe you're using words and speech that are foundational, that mean something, right? Because, the stereotype for Sagittarius is horrible, right? That we're savage, that we have no filter, that we just say whatever we want to and don't care about people's feelings. That's not true. That's not true at all. Sometimes the truth that we put out there is hard for people to take. And so sometimes, I hate to say it, right? Because nobody wants to hear it. But there's the truth and there's the truth. Just because it's true, maybe it's like how you are delivering the truth. You have an opportunity to bring peace and value, right? So that might change, how you're speaking going forward. Love this for you. So what is Sagittarius rediscovering? What is Sagittarius rediscovering? Uh-oh, Sag. Feelings. Feelings. Like really, maybe even intuition. Let's see. What is with the Queen of Cups? Getting in touch with your feminine energy. Really working on growth. You're really focused on it. Right? Because the Queen of Cups takes care of herself. And there's like more than one card in here referring to self-care and to not, it's not time for you. It's time for you maybe to explore how to improve your intuition. Because, maybe people thought you were wrong or you were crazy. Maybe they even told you that, right? Because you just knew something, right? And you went according to instinct. That is Sagittarius. We definitely move according to instinct. And so, your intuition, you may be even exploring activities that heighten your intuition. Okay? That makes me want to share exercises with you guys. That heightens your intuition. But not just that, like, that you want to start doing things and learning about things that you resonate with from a heart space. So maybe you're taking courses, and maybe you're discovering new things that you love. Because we're Sag. We like to learn. So talk about courses. I always have a few going at the same time. Right now I'm learning sacred geometry, but it's telling you to focus on planting seeds and really learning about things that you want to learn about, things that you would love, things that resonate with, oh my goodness. Temperance, be the alchemist. Because that's another thing that you may learn through your intuition. Because Sagittarius is the alchemist. We are great, Temperance, at taking anything and making it better. We can turn any negative into a positive. We can make anything better. That's what alchemy is. Turning water into wine. Turning thread into gold. That is you, Sagittarius. Like, if you've heard, I'm sure everyone's heard this, that when Sagittarius is heartbroken, they go out and start their own Fortune 500 company or get a degree. Yes, because that's what we do. That's what we do. And you may be getting in touch with that. And the way that you're getting in touch with that is by focusing on what you love, not focusing on any, because interestingly enough, you start out with the shadow. Six of Swords. Yes, moving forward. What is Sagittarius? Some of you might be moving. And you're not just thinking about it. You're not just learning it. Well, hello there, Stephen. You're taking action. Six of Swords. Because especially if you feel like, I don't know, you're in a bad place, you're not content with being there anymore. You're confronting what you feel, and then you're focusing more on what you love and transmuting. Like start to see how all the shit things that have happened Yeah, pretty much. I'm tired though. How you make them better. That is your value. So what's the takeaway here for Sag? You know what the takeaway is, Sag? It's Pisces season and we have a full moon coming on Saturday. What the takeaway is for you, Sagittarius, is that like Sagittarius, in your readings, I literally always see Leo energy, and that is because we're in an 8-year. And the takeaway is that you literally, there is no challenge that you cannot handle, that you cannot overcome. And it doesn't have to be loud. You're learning to overcome them in a quieter way because the strength card is also gentle. Okay. And the Page of Swords is kind of quiet too. Right? So you're discovering that. You're learning that you are transmuting, Sag. And the sun already came up for you too. Like there's a determination in Sagittarius. Well, I hope there is, that this is going to be your year. Maybe you're leaning more towards living in a more intuitive way, you know, and you learned that by being zeroly connected with your heart space. Like heart living is really about doing things that you love to do, going where your heart calls you. This is Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius, and I don't just do, you know, readings. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm doing a reading for Sagittarius. Thank you, though. September, I think like that's some, what is that, Libra? Yes, girl, yes. Well, yes. But also we are in an 8-year, we're going to see Leo cards. Okay, particularly the Strength card, because we're in an 8-year. This is about like seeing things work out. It's about, you know, being rewarded for hard work that we've put in. You should pull me cards, Amethyst, and just put a comment somewhere on the reading. Oh. But yeah, so really good. I've been getting a lot for Sagittarius about self-care. You know, a lot about self-care, and I feel like we're going to see a lot of energy in regards to soul contracts. Okay, because we're in Pisces season, because we're wrapping it up, right? So if you have, well, we all have soul contracts, but it could be that you see people in situations come back because, you know, you have a soul contract with someone. Thanks, Amethyst. I really appreciate it. Like, I have more than one soul contract, but, you know, I have one that I was hearing from my guides, believe it if you want to, but that I've been let off the hook. I have been let off the hook. I've been released from it. Sounds about right. I've put, I was just literally talking about it, but I've just put something to bed in my head, you know? I think that's beautiful, though, to be honest. And it says I'm walking away from worrying about it. Not afraid to lose nobody, right? Yes, because I did my part. I did my part, and um, I just feel like we're meant to be on different paths. Yes. Do you have a channel, Amethyst? Um, I have been too, up until now, because now I think Sagittarius is supposed to be out. Slow down, yes, but I feel like, okay, so the way that Sagittarius heals is a little different than how other people do. And maybe it's something that's very similar to fire signs in general. Took me a long time, Amethyst. It was one video that kind of pushed it over, right? But then YouTube changed their algorithm. It makes it easier for small accounts. But anyways, and the answer to that is volume, to be honest. I feel that Sagittarius heals. Well, we don't like for other people to know we even have problems. So definitely we do it by ourselves. We have that in common with Pisces, right? But I also think that one thing we do is we make ourselves excessively busy to the point of burnout. And that is what I have. I'm not saying everyone's healing. I'm saying that, if with fire signs, we're about movement. So, for us to take self-care time is a little more difficult than say earth signs, Taurus specifically. Mhm. Um So I have been seeing that we need to lighten up a little bit, not take on so much. The answer is not taking on more because that's grind culture. Because, this Pluto and Aquarius, grind culture is not going to work anymore. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. I know I'm not everyone's tea. I use a lot of oracles, but we all will find a lot in common with Pisces. Because we're both ruled by Jupiter. Um, but Jupiter is Pisces' second planet. They're, you know, historically ruled by Neptune, which explains a lot. But yeah, we would have a lot in common with Pisces except for movement. I attract a lot of Pisces. I have a lot of, well, I don't know if I have a lot of water in my chart. I have really important water placements. That's the thing. Mhm. Well, I have my top 3 is all fire. Oh, okay. You're Leo, I think. You- The 21st. You might be Virgo. That's right on the cusp, I'm pretty sure. My son, one of them, I have too many kids, is a Leo August 22nd, but he's on the cusp. And I can't remember if Leo season starts on the 22nd or did, yeah, so not totally sure. March 7th is Pisces. Oh, I'm December 2nd. Oh, okay, right. So we really were supposed to be Scorpios, but I am an eighth house Scorpio. I have Scorpio rules my seventh house. I have several planets, and then I'm a 12th house Pisces person. So those are like where you have certain elements is important. Importante. Is that Libra, September 23rd? I don't remember. Okay, Amethyst. See, we were supposed to be Scorpios. Ugh. Yeah, but you take on aspects of what's before you and after you, but I don't really think I'm anything like a Capricorn. Although Capricorn is my midheaven. So I have the work ethic of a Capricorn. I have Scorpio Mercury, Scorpio Neptune, both of which sit in my seventh house. Scorpio rules my seventh house. And an eighth house Scorpio is very powerful. Oh my gosh, you were totally supposed to be a Scorpio. I really, to be honest, Stephen, I resonate quite a bit with Scorpio. Capricorns are very much about the right thing. My daughter's a Capricorn. Like, they're very much about the right. Of course, they're Saturn ruled. They're about responsibility. It's like their nature. But yes, they have great work ethic. Oh, see, because we were supposed to be Scorpios, but thank God we weren't. Cancer, sensitive. But like I always say, you should go to Cafe Astrology and look up your chart because it's free and we are all 12 signs. We're all 12 signs. I only do Sagittarius as a channel because, not in my personal readings I do any sign, but because I don't know, I feel like I was meant to. Mercury and Scorpio, so I don't talk, I guess. You have a Sagittarius Venus? If you have a Sagittarius Venus and you stay in the house a lot, that's crazy. I have a Libra Venus. Oh, Amethyst. So I know that your milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. That is Sagittarius Venus. I'm Libra Venus and I have my south node is Libra. So I'm in a nodal return this year. But so if you know anything about the south node, that's your past life, right? And it's very curious to me to be a Libra Venus and for that to be the energy I'm supposed to move um past. Oh my God. See what these people. Oh, so you were meant to be a Sag. possible. I know. I have, well, you can see all of your relationships in your chart too. It's really funny because in my 12th house, I have who I consider to be my twin flame and my ex-husband. We all share Chiron. Interesting, huh? Hi, Casey. For your funeral? Good luck with that. Well, I'm so grateful that you guys came. I really am. No, you're not only one sign. You're not. All 12 signs appear in your chart. Your sun sign is your soul and your ego. It's not even the most important placement. Oh, you like that? This is my home office. Oh, goodness. Hey, Sophia. No. So thanks, everyone, for coming. I try to do this on Wednesdays just to stay in touch. And, you know, I appreciate all your support. I really do. Toodles.